guys, Anna's back here again. Happy New Year. Welcome back to Behind the Business, another episode. We're bringing you another entrepreneur who brings you their business and tells you all about the good, the bad, and of course, the ugly that goes on behind owning and maintaining a successful business. So without further ado, introduce yourself and introduce your brand.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got Drink Your Fantasy, of course, mobile bartender service by Corey Steele. Pleasure to meet. Talk to me. What we got going for today?
All right. So first off, tell us a little bit about your business.
All right.
But while you do that, I see you have a whole drink station set up. You gonna be making us drinks today?
Talk to me. Carisha, please. What we doing?
All right, perfect. All right, so you can make your drinks. I'll ask you some questions, and then we're gonna get right into it. But for right now, tell us a little bit about your business.
All right, so right now, 24-year-old bartending. I've been doing this for about 3 years. Started off as a mobile bartender service in the neighborhood. Used to make drinks around. This is before I got my bartending license. So I was just going around passing drinks out, margaritas, lemon drops, rum punches, whatever you can inhabit.
Whatever you can name it. Now you good.
You good. Whatever you can imagine. But pina coladas was definitely one of my go-tos. From there, I felt the reason to take it seriously. I looked up a service on 42nd Street called ABC Bartending. They actually gave me my bartending license. From that, when I tell you that gave me the motivation to keep this going to the next extent, I really saw a future in bartending. I saw it deeper than just a side hustle. I saw it as a career. I saw it as a passion, something to pass down to your children if you have longevity with it and you keep a focused mindset. But if you let the side bumps and if you let the side pump deter you, then you might not have the fully focus for it. But for those who may, salute.
All right, okay, I like that. So you said you was around passing around drinks. What do you mean by that?
All right, so basically I go to like your local bar or whatever, maybe like prime example, Juicy Box. I used to go around Juicy Box here and there, and I would pass out drinks to my local customers. From there, I got my name up. So they always thought of me as like, who's the guy with the bartender drinks? And I started incorporating this with TikTok. So whenever I give a drink out, I'll pass it out to a customer and I record it on the live, put it for the fans up. From that, they got a used to my face and they always remember me. One thing I always made to do, I always made sure I had like a proper, how can I say this, first impressions. Always made sure I laid a good layoff for somebody. You never know if this could be a person you might meet in an end run.
That's very true.
When I'm saying a business partner, a friend, you never know. So always go off with a good first impression. You never know what comes to that.
Okay, so what goes with a first impression, a good first impression that's a lasting one that makes people remember you specifically?
One, I say attitude. Before you come in the door, you can't even speak. You got to show a smile. I feel like that sticks out for one. If you come in here, your attitude is low, you can see it. If your mind is thinking negatively, your face is going to show it also. If you come in here thinking, I'm already late. If you come in here with the mindset of, all right, this energy isn't going to make the interview positive. So what I do, you come around, you change the mindset. You come even quicker. I set the bar up, and I'm even ready to make more drinks for you guys. So hopefully it turns out good. You never know.
All right. So let's get you into starting the drinks, and then I have some more questions for you. All right, so we back. He got his drink set up. I got my questions ready, so I'm going to ask you the first question. What made you want to become a mobile bartender?
My personality fit perfect for this. I felt like ever since a little kid, from always wanting to meet new people, see new things, try new foods, I always felt like there was a room to try and experience new things. What else way can you do that besides meeting hundreds of different people bartending every other day? You meet beautiful women every night. You meet businessmen every other day with new ideas who trick your mind, who obviously give you new insight to try new things. So it's a lovely job. I love it.
Okay. So what are some places that you've been that you've had the most amount of people that's like, all right, like 100 people tonight?
I'd say weddings and like nonprofit organizations. I've did things in like Hamptons, like nonprofit organization events, right? Where I'm working with over 200 people, 3 bartenders. So obviously,
Wow.
That's a work,
That's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to all my bar backs and bartenders that also are assistants. It's never a one-man job. We always got someone on behind helping us out, cutting limes, glassware, whatever the case may be. It's always a helping hand. We appreciate you guys.
Okay, so being that you said, okay, you have bar backs and everything, your business that you own right now, are you solidly by yourself or do you have people that you work with?
Oh, definitely not by myself. We don't do one-man armies over here. I have a class of higher proven bartenders who some of my employees when I work with from previous bars, outside, and also clubs.
So do you hire them yourself, or how do you know who to hire, who's fit for your brand? Because, they do say the people that you hire is your face of your brand as well. So how do you go about knowing that who's right for you, who's not, who knows that if you're not there, they're going to be putting on for your business?
Honestly, I go of genuine care of the business. If the person seems that they're only money-oriented and motivated for this purpose of I'm getting this quick little check for today, maybe my little side hustle job, cool. Yes, I would put you on a longer board, but it does mean I don't see you for longevity. I do see this as something for a purpose. When I'm doing this, I have a reason for this. This is a expression of vibrancy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out here, when I'm doing these things, I'm expressing how I want to greet these customers, my cadence, my hospitality with these people. It's always a reason behind it. So if I feel like you don't have a purpose, if you're just coming here, oh, I'm gonna make drinks, get my tips, go home. One, that tip jar not gonna look good for you, so you might have an attitude. Two, it's not gonna be good for the benefit for the business. Trust me.
That's true. I know a lot of that when you have these people that, like a lot of promoters, party promoters, I feel like, and it's funny because I've been in that world too with bartending and everything like that. They'll just hire people just because they look good. Looks is different from actually knowing what you're doing. What is your opinion on that? From just hiring just for looks and making the money and tips versus actually knowing what you're doing?
I'd say I don't go against hiring people for looks because there is a specific niche for that. Let's just say you're in the strip club industry or rooftop. You know what I'm saying? There are specific industries for that need. So yes, tap into those who fit that the demographic. But what I will say this, looks is not always everything. You could have a humble person who's not really talkative, introvert. She probably works very hard or bartend better than anybody else, and all her customers are satisfied with her work. Would you not rather pick her instead of the cute girl who has an attitude and always on her phone at the bar? Tell me about it.
That's a great question. Before we get into this next question, I see you got some shots over here. What's that about? We about to do some shots before we get into this?
Got a little Reposado. Shout out all my Reposado boys in the building. We got some Patron. I got some margaritas, lemon drops. We're going to start off with a little shot o'clock.
All right, boom. So we about to get in. We about to get our producer that's behind the scenes. You about to get in the shot too. And then,
Yes, sir. I will most definitely come get me a little shot.
limes going on, right?
Jumping.
Cheers. We gotta do.
Yeah. You outside.
Room for everybody. Come on.
Shot o'clock.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
I'm gonna double that back. Hold on, man.
You're annoying.
Man, that shit was good with the lime, man. I ain't never had one.
Yeah, it didn't need the lime. It didn't.
Run that back.
He's annoying.
I
I know. Ready to start your drinks? All right. So we had our little shots. Everything is good. We all good. Y'all good back there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You good? All right. We good. So what do you enjoy most about bartending?
Honestly, I'd say the experience and conversations that I get from meeting different people. There's been times I've been improvised to go new places and travel and actually get to live an honest lifestyle. When I met people from like bartending, whether it's at a small pub bar, a rooftop, a wedding, whatever the case may be, whatever the occasion, they've always taught me something new to myself, a new insight, whether it's be to go tap into books more, find more about your soul. You get what I'm saying? More intricate things to yourself. Find more and discover who you are as a person and not just a bartender. And this is what I get from meeting people. You always tell me about how, yes, you're very passionate at what you do. Imagine if you focus this a little bit more and got better at your skill. A lot of people these days, they see whatever like their competition is on Instagram or whatever, they compare themselves to that. They'll be like, damn, maybe I have to work as much hard to get like 10, 15 different side hustles. Doing that, being the one that has all their hats in different bags, you might not be able to focus. And you know what I'm saying? You got 15 horses out there, you're never gonna know which one's gonna get first place. You always trying to rush and get, which, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to make 15 things all work, and that's not how a system is. That's not strategic. And you wanna keep a machine going, so.
That's good. Okay, so I like that little analogy you use with like people try to have many hats and trying to be like everybody else. It's the same thing as like staying in your own lane or doing what fits you best, basically, right?
Definitely.
So do you have you ever felt like you had to have competition or people was like making you feel like you're competition to them?
Competition, no, but in the sense of working hard, yes. There's been times where my pride has been very high. I walked into an establishment thinking, oh, I'm one of the best bartenders ever. I've been experienced for 4 years. There's people who've been doing this double my life. I'm 24. There's guys that have been doing this since 30. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for years, longer than I've been alive. So for me to come in and say, oh, I'm one of the best people in here, it's pretty cocky. And when I meet some of these people and I actually see how the hospitality is, I'm taking note from this. I'm not jealous on the side saying, wow, why is this happening? No, I'm taking insight. I'm wondering, what can I do to become better and, you know what I'm saying, maybe elevate to that point, because it's not like I'm here in a jealous, envious passion. It's more of a, I'm trying to take note and become better.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So, okay, have you ever had a situation where you was in this partition, like, you know, the position that you were in and you came in and then the others, you felt like they just weren't receptive to you?
Yes, but I also feel like there's been times when my motivation has been high to keep like a restaurant going with bartending, and they haven't really seen it. This prime example, 2023 came out. Everyone has been doing a lot with content creation with drinks and reels and content, right?
Definitely.
A lot of restaurants, especially ones in like let's say Brooklyn, Manhattan, whatever, they're not really receptive to it. This is something new. They've never seen nothing like this before.
Okay.
How can a young guy come to these establishments and say, "Hey, I want to offer you guys new insight to gain new leads, new clients, and even a possible new locations"? But how can you do that only showing them TikTok and Instagram reels? It has to be. They have to see bigger proof than just, oh, we have 1,000 likes, or you know what I'm saying? It has to be bigger than just social media following. I want to make that transition from social media to actual real clientele. It sounds like a restaurant establishment, that being.
And how would you go about that?
Honestly, it goes a lot with more being incentive with your customers. You have to communicate. Social media is here for a reason, but you cannot be a ghost.
Okay.
You're not Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. We can't just sit behind the back and let our machine work for us. Sometimes we do have to go out and meet the neighborhood, go to a pop-up shop. You know what I'm saying? Hand out a couple of your products, meet some people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that goes hand in hand with. A lot of people like to feel welcome, and when you give that experience, it makes them want to go to your business more.
Okay. So you've done multiple events, you said, right?
Definitely.
Well, you and your team. Okay, so you've done weddings, birthday parties, and so forth. Of all those events, where do you think you see the most clientele that's more like that
Energetic?
energy? That yes, exactly. Because you're a very energetic person, you said, right? So
definitely.
where is that most that you see when you're like bartending?
Definitely, I got to give it 10 out of 10 for the weddings.
I
When
knew
I
it
get
was gonna
that
be
energy, when I
weddings.
get from that, the bridesmaids and the brides, when I tell you they come with it, they come with drinks for the entire night. When I tell you, from let's say we start at 6, we end at 3 in the morning, they're not done.
Nah, they're not.
4 o'clock, I'm still there. We
And
locked
they
in.
still asking you
And
for drinks. The
I
bar
love that
closed.
energy. Yes,
That's
definitely.
good.
It's never like a somber moment. Oh, last hour for the bar, it's time to close. I'm never closing the bar on a sad note. Oh, I just want to go home. It's never that energy.
Nah,
You always
yeah.
got to keep it. Let's keep the bar open 24/7 if possible, baby. Sure.
Okay. So, next question. How do you approach creating personalized drink menus or cocktail selections for different events and clients?
All right, so what I do actually, I like to get the customer's reception of what they feel, what cocktails and like what fruits they are allergic to, what not. Me per se, I want to X out all the lime, lemon, and mint. You want to upgrade your, how can I say, your garnishes. You want to do some grapefruit, thyme. There are many different garnishes that you can use and just different ingredients that actually will make your cocktail better. Dragon fruit, for example. Foreign things, fruit that out of the country. You get what I'm saying? Those give more of a liveliness to your drink.
Makes
Not
it
everything has to
pop.
be a martini with lime in it or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I never had a drink with grapefruit in it.
See?
That's different.
Gotta
I
give it a
never had
try.
it. That's true though. Okay, because you're always used to the norm. Like you want to be outside the box. Like,
No, definitely.
come
definitely.
on. Okay, that's good. So, what's your process on staying updated with new drink trends, such as mixology techniques and innovative cocktail recipes?
Ooh, love this right here.
Let's hear it.
Everybody know Tipsy Bartender, West Indian man,
Yes!
ball man that get the
Oh
drinks
my
going.
God,
Bro, I keep his
yes.
notifications on tap, my man. When I tell you, I see every single drink idea that he has, and I try to incorporate like new visions for it. No, I wouldn't sit here and make the same drink as him.
Yeah.
But let's just say he make like this entire bucket right here, he fills it up into a fruity rum punch. I try to make that similar to it in the sense of switch up the rum punch, make it Jolly Ranchers, and do a different kind of taste to it. A passion fruit lemon drop, a whole bucket of passion fruit lemon drop pitcher. Who wouldn't want that? Reposado at that. Come on now, talk to me.
I love that energy. Okay. So it's funny that you bring him up, right? So I know a lot of people that's usually in the same industry as others, they see them as like say if it's somebody else and they'll be like, oh, he's copying my drinks, or oh, he wants to do the same thing as me. What do you think about that? Do you see it as inspiration? Do you see it as they're trying to be the same way as them, like head to toe, or like, because I know a lot of people have different opinions on that.
Honestly, that's all inspiration. I take that as love and appreciation. If someone sat the time out to watch my video, take down the ingredients and made that themselves, I'm honestly flattered. That means they took the time out of their day to actually notice what I'm doing and want to reciprocate that themselves. I would never look at that as copying. This is a drink, not a logo. It's not my EIN number. We good now. Like,
Exactly. Okay, that was a very good response. All right, so what drinks are you going to have for us today?
so we got lemon drops, margaritas, and reposado rum punches. Your choice.
Okay. You
What
know
you
the
feeling?
girlies, we love our lemon drops. So
All
we
right.
got to do a little lemon drop.
Let's get it jumping.
All right. So when you do these mobile bartendings, do you have a process on how you want to like start it or like setting up in a specific way?
Startup, yes. I take a lot of pride in like my setup. A lot of the times, a lot of my bartending gigs have just come from simply me putting up a setup for my bar. You see the bar logo right here. Let's say this was an actual setting. You would see flowers here, my logo, Cash App tag, and this is a whole bunch of other pictures and drink menus that go with it. For every client that I have, I make a drink menu that's relatable to their day or their event. Let's say we have a baby shower coming up. I made a drink called, let me see, Tasty Tanya's. That was the actual girl who bartended for me, and she actually had a baby shower coming up. Tanya's the name of, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
daughter that they had coming up. I made it
Yeah.
after him. So I like to make a lot of drinks inspirational and relative to the event.
That's
never know.
important. I feel like branding is everything because, like, when you go on TikToks or you go on like social media, I think the one thing that attracts me and a lot of people is just seeing the setup itself. Like, whether it's drinks, cakes, food, the setup goes a long way. Because even with food, like when you see they have that whole setup, the smoking, I think branding is a big thing. So that's a good thing. Even this setup right here, this is perfect.
Thank you.
So I love it. So next question. What are some challenges you face as a mobile bartender?
Challenges I face currently at the moment, I'd say trying to get myself out to different demographics. Right now, I see myself in a lot of private events, parties, but these parties are more so small crowds, about 80 to 90 people, and I really want to get myself out there more. I definitely want to travel more. Yes, I have a car, you get what I'm saying, so I want to do more traveling events outside of just the tri-state area. Houston, Texas, Virginia, you never know. New Orleans, I love out there for Mardi Gras. You never know. There are different opportunities with bartending.
Okay. So how do you think you can get yourself out there as far as like reaching those different demographics and trying to, put your brand out there more?
I say first I'd have to go to the actual restaurants that are out there, get the feel of the people. What do they like? What drinks they want? If you're going to a place where people love sangrias, why are you making mimosas? You get what I'm saying? Follow the trend that's going on in that place over there. You get what I'm saying? Get to find out what's new, what's going on, what drinks they like, and follow that. If it works, you never know.
That's true, because you never know. You never know. All right, so what about, instead of going to those places, like, just insight or just ideas, like, even hitting them up and be like, I have this going on or whatever, like, would you mind me coming in? So that you're not wasting I don't think it's wasted time because you're putting your effort into it and you're putting your brand out there. Yeah. But, like, even hitting them up and everything is it'll make a difference.
No, it's more convenient. I definitely get what you're saying.
Definitely. Like, just thinking of the convenience part. Okay. All right. So, have you ever had an event that was challenging?
Challenging event, yes. Imagine serving 150 people and your bar back flopped on you, so now you have to do it by yourself.
Oh my God, not flop. What happened with that?
Oh, nah. She actually just had a car accident, so I had to thug it out by myself.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? But days like that happen. All my bartenders can relate. Doing an event by yourself, it's a killer. But yes, it's worth the wait. It's worth the hustle and the blood, sweat, and tears. So by all means, salute to those.
Okay. All right. So, next question. What's your favorite part of interacting with guests while bartending at events? Any memorable interactions that stand out?
Memorable interactions. Let me see. There was this one woman that came out here. She honestly thought I was like so old enough to how can I say this? She shot her shot at me, but in the most weirdest way, bro. You would have thought like she was in love with me.
Nah, you gotta tell us what she said.
Nah, come on.
Come on, you gotta tell us. They want to know. We want to know.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. 3.
Okay.
Give y'all a little rundown of what's going on here.
All right. I love that.
This right here, I call this a cranberry lemon drop. Let me know what you think.
All right, we gonna see. First taste
countdown.
testing.
See what we working with.
Oh, I like this. You don't taste the liquor. Like, I like that.
What do you get a hint of, really? No, cranberry.
Cranberry. I don't taste the simple syrup.
Perfect.
The cranberry I taste more of. And it's funny, what's crazy? I love me a cranberry drink. I'm not even just saying this just because I love me a cranberry drink. So, right. I love this. This was good.
Round 2, we're going to get another one going.
We're going to get another one going and
lemon
another question going. All right. The girlies without lemon drops, of course. All right. So, you said that you've had, things where, your people flopped on you last minute, whatever the case is. So when faced with unexpected issues or last minute changes during an event, how do you maintain professionalism and ensure a smooth experience?
Honestly, I go ahead with a positive mindset. I assume the worst, which is not really the best thing to do. But when you come here prepared for the worst, you're already aware of what's going to happen. Yeah. So any little insight, a glass break, or you know what I'm saying? We have a line full of customers. I already know that, so ahead of myself. So I'm going to prepare, make batches for the drinks. I'm not going to sit here and do individual margaritas. You get what I'm saying? I would have everything pre-batched already ahead of time.
That's a good mindset
assuming
to
for
keep.
The worst.
Because then when you go in there assuming everything's going to be peaches and cream, now you got to change your whole perspective. Like, dang, but yeah. All right, so can you share some of your favorite cocktail recipes or drink combinations that are always crowd pleasers?
Honestly, I gotta go with a hibiscus margarita. Let me see. Besides from that, I love an Aperol spritz. I love me a mint mojito, passion fruit margaritas. I'm a stickler for Reposado, Añejos. Also, 2024, I want us to put at the end to Casamigos. Let's try new tequilas, guys.
Nah, honestly, because I've had some different ones before, and I'm like, all right, Casamigos not all that. I feel like the hype came out when it did come out, Casamigos. It was like, everybody was like, oh my God, Casamigos this, Casamigos that, whatever. But when you actually taste the real tequilas, or when you go out of the country to taste them, they're like, wait,
Some
this
real
ain't
actual-
got nothing.
Tell me about it. Quality agave is amazing, guys. When you have Casamigos, just a lot of additives. You taste more sugar, not really the tequila. You guys want to get a healthy hangover? Let's go to Milagro.
What is a healthy hangover?
Healthy hangover wouldn't have you waking up late for work the next day. Yeah, let's talk about it.
And how do you go about making sure they have a healthy hangover? Is it the drink itself?
No, you got to start off with some detoxes in your morning. Let's see, a Gatorade, water, tea in the morning after that. That's always a go-to.
So write this down, guys, because I know a lot of y'all next day, y'all calling out like, yeah, I can't come in, whatever the case is, and we call it the healthy hangover.
Let's
I like
go.
that. Healthy hangover. Okay. So, what's your approach to handling guest special requests or dietary restrictions when preparing drinks at an event?
A lot of this will happen at a lot of baby showers. So, prime example, you'd have someone allergic to, let's say, they have a stickler for like strawberries. They can't do anything with citrus, no orange, you know what I'm saying? No lime or anything like that. So with that, you have to be mindful. And the hard part about this is they're going to come back and not remember their drink. So you yourself have to remember their face.
Yes.
You have to remember their face and what they gave, because if you give them an allergic reaction, that's over for your night and your name.
So does that mess up the drink itself, like the cocktail stuff? Because say if those drinks are specifically with those type of citrus drinks or fruits, does it mess it up? Do you know how to improvise on the fly? How does that work?
Yeah, so prime example, say you have to do something with mint. The person who's drinking is allergic to citrus or whatever. This cup would only be the mint one. If you mix them together, they would honestly mix flavors and they would taste the hint of it. They would still get allergic reaction. So you try to keep everything separate. Whatever you're losing for that customer, keep it for them.
Okay. So in your experience, what factors contribute most to creating an inviting and enjoyable atmosphere at the bar?
I say a great DJ with some great music, a smile on your face, and honestly, I'd say a positive vibe. That, and if you work a little bit faster, everyone hates a slow bartender. Why would you want to be here? You're taking 5 minutes to make 2 drinks? Come on now, bro.
Okay. So, excuse me. So you said that you're licensed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So how long did it take you to get your license for your bartending?
Bartending license is about 3 weeks. It's a school that you take, so it gives you a licensing book, right? This is everything that you need to learn, from glassware to garnishes to drinks, everything from lemon drops, tequila mojitos, Long Island iced teas, the basics, martinis, sweet Manhattans. You never know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So the long option of basically bartending school. The reason of when mixology was invented and how you can create these things and have these cocktails be presented to a hospitality service.
Okay. And so the bartending school, do you think that you could have did well without it? Or do you think that other people, aspiring bartenders or so forth, should take a class?
I'll say this. If you are good at learning and you like to remember notes and you keep things in an organized place, then bartending school is for you. If you are someone who likes to live more on the fly and just experience things, start off at the bar, pass drinks out, get in your local neighborhood, start that way. Not everyone is required to get a bartending license. It's not even like people, you know what I'm saying?
People don't even check
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you want to have that experience, by all means, get yours.
Okay. So what drink are you making right now?
Right now, we got a passion fruit lemon drop.
Okay, passion fruit lemon drop, heard it. All right, we're going to see how that one is. So, next question. Could you share some tips for hosts looking to create a well-stocked and efficient home bar setup for their events?
Yes. One of the key things you need is a mini bar. I'd say this is around Amazon for about $90 to $80. You start from there. You get small glassware. If you're clumsy in the house, please, let's not do any real glass. Let's get plastic glass for now, because I hate breaking this. You see how, you know what I'm saying? You would be very mad breaking the Casamigos glass. So be very mindful of your glassware and start off with simple things. Orange juice, rum punch, you know what I'm saying? Start off with small things. Simple syrup. Get to understand the flavor of each context. Why do we use lime? Why do we muddle a lint? Why do we muddle mint to make a mint mojito?
Why do you muddle mint to make a mint mojito?
So prime example, let's say you started off, right? You slap the mint on your hand to give it an aroma. Once you throw it inside the cup, it actually gives it more of the taste of the mint. When you just put it inside, it's not really kicking. Essentially.
Until you actually muddle it, and then you gotta hit it so that it can hit those points.
Let them know.
All right. I got you. All right. So, next question. Can you share some tips or advice for hosts planning events where they're hiring a mobile bartender for the first time? First off, that drink looks so good. And it looks cute, too. Come on, wait. I gotta get it in the picture. I gotta get it in the video so y'all guys can see. We gotta get it in there.
Really see the shot. Hey, nah, that's right there. That's a Carisha, please. I'm feeling
are you
this.
done with it?
Nah, do your thing.
All right, we about to try it out. He said this is a Carisha, please. So we gonna see. I'm not even capping.
You heard it here first, y'all.
This is hitting. Drink your fantasy. This is the commercial today.
I'm loving
Drink
it.
your fantasy. Passion fruit margarita. Sponsored by Corey Still. I love it. I love it. Okay. You're going to have me lit with these drinks.
No,
okay.
for real.
All right. Next question.
Nah. So this how Young Miami be feeling. She lit. She be having the
Young
time of
Miami?
her. She be weak up out here.
That's how you be feeling Young Miami when you have the drinks going, rolling, and listen.
Happy hour
right.
came early.
It definitely did. Look, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's only 3:35, guys. But all right, next question. What, in your opinion, what are some essential qualities that set apart a great bartender from an average one?
I'd say your setup, your hospitality service, and what you bring to the guests. One thing for sure, if you come here with just like your bartending tools, for say, yes, I give you your points for being prepared for yourself. But if there's like no display on the table, how are you going to catch the people's attention? Nowadays, everyone goes off of like a short attention span, and how are you going to get them to look at your bar, look at your service? Or I don't even, before I even get to the table, what's going to draw me to that? You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
It has to be something about yourself, personality, whether you have logos in the back, all of these lights, they play a great aspect into it. Let me see, flowers play a great aspect into getting people's attention. You never know what the case may be.
Okay. So what advice do you have for anybody that's looking to start up becoming a bartender, mobile bartending business, or so forth?
I'd say look at the pros that you see on YouTube and actually study them. Don't just look at a video of Tipsy Bartender making a drink. Actually go into the side step videos that he has where he's breaking down how he makes it in preparation for it. A lot of this you never may know. It's just all it takes is a bottle, some house rum, some orange juice, some cranberry. You never know.
Okay.
Get the house party started.
That's
Let's go.
it. That's how you started off. That's why
Word.
that mobile bar from Amazon is important to have, guys. Come on.
You heard
now.
it here first.
All right. So what steps, this is important. This is a big one. What steps do you take to ensure responsible serving of alcohol and handle situations involving intoxicated guests?
Oh, perfect question. I love that. What I would do is actually monitor my guests and how often they come back to the bar. Whenever I see a guest that's a little bit tipsy and intoxicated when they're telling me to drink, let's say you come to my bar, brother, let me get a lemon drink. You a little mumbling with your words. If I don't understand what you're saying, that's a prime indicator. If you're harassing me and this is not a generous conversation, don't you think somebody else would be harassed by this too? You got to be mindful of that. Offer water instead to this guest. Even if so, there've been plenty of times when we have the bar's about to close. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We even have to offer some clients to, we have to leave early because of this disruption.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of these things, they do come into play. You have to be mindful of this.
Okay. So if they keep asking or pressuring, what would you do? Would you actually put alcohol in their drink, or would you just make the drink without the alcohol and then... Because they drunk anyways.
So one, it takes for you, there's a thing called a third party law. When you get when you get a guest too intoxicated, if they do not make it home in a fashionable way and they get like to a car accident, they actually can sue the business, the corporation, or the mobile bartender. You never know what this may be. So because of that, you gotta be mindful of how you serving this guest.
That's important. Okay.
You want your 5th drink, let's tone it down for a little bit, but give little incentives to them. Give hints that maybe you had enough for the night. You keep brushing that off to them, they might feel embarrassed enough to even come back to you. Every time you come in there, you keep saying, oh, hey, I think you had enough for the night, bud. You are in control of the liquor. The bar is in front of you.
Yeah.
You're the one that gives it to him. You have total control.
That's very true. Have you ever had any situations like that?
Yes, and simply I just had to put the bar under the table, put the liquor and all spirits under the table so the guests wouldn't be
don't try to
enticed to actually want to grab it, or whatever the case may be.
Okay, so do you have any events or bartending services that you have upcoming?
Yes, we got 2 coming up. New Year's Eve, which is a private event, and January 13th, Pacific BK, $1 million worth of shots, tequila edition. Ladies, pop out. We here.
Okay. Where's the event at?
Pacific BK. This is right here on Atlantic. I'll send you guys the address in a few. Link in the bio, guys.
All right, that's it. Period. Okay, so do you have any challenges that you want to talk about regarding your mobile bartending business, or like the good, the bad, the ugly? Because a lot of people think that with bartending, especially bartending, that is just mixing drinks and then you're serving as you go.
Definitely.
Is it really like that behind the scenes, or is it more to it?
Honestly, no. It's a lot that takes a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of times you're going into bars 6 o'clock in the evening, dropping off a resume just so you can catch them when no one's around. That's when they really catch your attention.
Okay.
If you're trying to get your name out there in the city, you drop off your resume at prime time rush hour. The man is not looking at your resume right now. You get what I'm saying? He has hundreds of guests to serve. This is not something of priority right now. You get what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of effort and work in networking. If you are shy, honestly, bartender might not be the place for you. This is somewhere where you have to socialize with people. I want to come down and have a conversation with a bartender, not look at her sitting on her phone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or him, her, whatever the case may be. But a lot of that goes into aspect.
Okay. So any advice do you want to give or anything else?
I say keep a tunnel vision. When you're going out there and dropping off these resumes, when you're DMing these clients, when you're asking these promoters questions, also be mindful of that. They might be already staffed, already in line. Yes, I know you're eager and you want to get your name out there, but it takes time. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? There been many days where I wanted to get inside a FET, you know what I'm saying, bartending with a company or whatever, a promotion team, and it took time. I remember there's been days I followed a group and I DM them every other day. You know what I'm saying? Not every other day, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, consistently, right? Trying to create a communication system with them. They took me under their wing. We spoke about it, and then when the night of the event came up, they had somebody else's replacement.
Really?
Stuff like that happens.
How do you
bro.
go about that? Because it's like you already have things set in place. It's like did you just move on to the next one or like?
Yeah, I learned to not take things emotional. This is all business. You can't see if this as something for they tried to backdoor me or this was something deliberate. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe this person has been working there before me. You know what I'm saying? He's been watching this person for a long time. They wanted to give him a try. You never know. And honestly, that person gave me another opportunity a month after, which is why I wasn't really stressing about the matter. Patience is key, guys. Remember.
Patience is key. Remember that. All right, so I appreciate you for coming onto my show. These drinks were good, like 10 out of 10. And I'm not just saying this because I have had a lot of drinks to where it's either I don't taste nothing or it doesn't do anything or whatever the case is. But these were good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you for making these drinks for the show. And you guys tune in. If you have anybody or you yourself want to come onto the show, DM us on Instagram at BEHIND.THEBUSINESS, BEHIN.THEBUSINESS. And yeah, so we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for joining the show.
See you next episode, guys. Love you.